off, Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. It is Sunday once again, and we're going to be doing stuff. Hope you're having a great week. Yeah, it's Sunday. That's all I can really say. It has been a busy week for me as I get ready to continue, well, as I continue to pack, not get ready to pack, but continue to pack. Donnell stopped by. She said she wouldn't be able to be here, but wanted to wish me a good live, and she'll catch it on the replay. Thanks, Donnell. Jackie's here. Lorraine's here. Lynn, New York Beauty is here. Deb, Josie, Melina, let's see, Miss Brown, Kathy, Catherine, Donna Bogart, Donna Hupskin, Pat, Karen, Judy, Catherine, did I say Catherine again? I don't know. Christine, thank you guys so much for being here. Blastoma, good to see you. So glad that y'all could be here. And Jackie, Deb, Miss Brown, Kathy, Catherine, and of course Mike, thank you guys so much for being channel supporters. I greatly appreciate your support and your help making this channel a reality. My gosh, I can't talk today. And of course, if you're not a channel supporter, that is okay. I totally understand. I just appreciate you being here. And of course, liking videos, subscribing, and commenting. That, of course, is free ways that you can help my channel out. And of course, share my channel with your friends, because the more people who engage with my channel, hopefully, the more likely I am to hit that subscriber goal of 100,000 at some point. It's going to happen at some point. It could be like 2 years from now, 5 years from now, who knows? But anyways, Anna, good to see you. Thank you guys so much for being here. L. Rob, Roby? I totally just butchered that. Apologies. Greatly apologize. So, anywho, what are we going to be doing today? Christine's saying hello from Central Florida. Hello. And Catherine is saying hello from Cornwall, the UK. Hello, UK. Good to see you. Good day. That's Australian. Never mind. Thank you guys so much for being here. Today we're going to be working on a Texas quilt. As many of you know, I'm going to be moving very soon. The countdown is happening. It is very much happening. And it feels there's a lot of pressure there. There's a lot of pressure on coming towards the end here of lots more that needs to be done. But anywho, so I figured I would work on a Texas quilt. How fitting is that to work on a Texas quilt while I am preparing to move to another state. My mom actually bought me a Texas panel. She went down to visit Austin. This was months ago. She visited Austin, and down in Austin, she came across I think she came across a quilt store. It may have been just a fabric store that happened. I don't know. Anyways. Uh-oh, Tracy says, oh, wish me luck. I'm changing my sewing room with my bedroom because it's bigger, so swapping while I'm watching you. Well, I hope you have success doing that, and don't stub a toe or anything like that. Hi, Sylvia, good to see you. Texas Wildflowers, kind of. So my mom gave me this. It was actually a big panel that had a whole bunch of Texas iconography on it. So we've got the jackrabbit. We've got the Texas wagon wheel with a roadrunner on it. I'm not going to go through all the pictures, but, you know, Texas iconography on it. And I haven't really done anything with it because, honestly, I'm not a fan of panels for the most part. Because a lot of times, just with this one, I tried to cut this symmetrically, and it did not want to cut symmetrically. It is kind of, you know how fabric warps and moves, and that's kind of what happened with these. I couldn't get that square to be square. So I don't know how this is going to turn out. We're going to try it and see what happens, but I don't like panels all that much, to be honest, but we're going to try it with this and see if it comes out somewhat okay. If you're interested in what the fabric I'm going to be using today, I didn't keep the salvage on the panel itself, sorry about that, but I did keep some of the salvage of the Texas fabric. So we've got armadillos, we've got longhorn, and it says Texas all over it. And I did keep that because I wanted to make sure to keep it so that way if anybody asked, it is the All Texas Shop Hop 2024 Lori Nawin? QT Fabrics, go to qtfabrics.com. It is 30090-W. So hopefully, if you're looking for the fabric, you can find it. Deb says, have you shipped anything to Becca's yet? Yes, Deb, I have shipped several boxes to Becca's that I did not want the movers to take care of. which does include my Tula Pink fabric, because let's face it, I do not trust the movers with my Tula Pink fabric. So I did ship it, and she has received several boxes, and she's like waist deep in boxes that I've sent her already. So that way, when I arrive there, I can pick them up from her and take them to my apartment. And Jackie, I am so sorry. I did not keep the selvage on this one. I don't even think it had words on it, to be honest. Now that I'm thinking back to that panel, I don't remember any words or anything on it. So I don't have the exact information for this panel, but I bet you if you were to type in like Texas panel or Texas fabric panel or something like that, you would come across it. But this was a couple of years ago. Is that a panel behind you? These four are panels. They are the Queen of Ween. This was from the Open Gates Halloween Boo Box from 2023. And Mike says, do you trust Becca with your Tula? I do. She knows how much it means to me, so I do trust her with it. But yeah, that's from the Halloween Boo Box last year. And yes, I did get the Halloween Boo Box for this year. I did put a live event on my calendar already. So if you go to my YouTube page, you'll see that it is already there. We are going to open up the Open Gates Halloween Boo Box and the Mega Halloween Quilt Box from the Ginger Quilters. That is going to be my last live stream from here in my apartment here in Texas. So I figured I didn't really know what to do, to be honest, because I won't have my machine at that point set up, ready to go. I won't have a table. I will have my machine with me, but I won't have my table anymore. That will have been already packed on the moving truck. So figured the best thing that we could do is open up some boxes and see what's in them. So there you go. That's what we're gonna do. Hope you marked it not Tula. It didn't have anything on the outside, so she doesn't know which ones have Tula and not. So there we go. There we go. So anywho, yeah, so that's the last thing that we're going to do from the apartment, which is kind of crazy to think about, to be honest. It's like crazy. Alice says, hi, Ian, and everyone, a little late. No worries. You're never late. No one is ever late. So I did draw up my design. As you can see, I tried to start down here and I just ended up messing up. So it's going to make a 56 by 56 inch quilt, so a very small one, like more like a wall hanging or maybe a lap quilt, maybe. It's not going to be very big, but I figured it'd be a great way to use these panels. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to put some sashing in between the panels, and then at the cornerstones of those sashing, this was also some of the like on the outside of these on these squares. They had this fabric in between each of them. So if I wanted to, I could have cut them bigger to included that, but didn't feel like it was going to work. So it is what it is. All right, so let's just get sewing. That's what we're going to be working on today. And yeah, hope you're having a good Sunday. Stacy says, hi, everyone. Just saw the live started. Excellent. I'm glad you're here. Speaking of Texas, and another reason why I'm wearing my shirt that I'm wearing today, I did find out from the State Fair of Texas that my quilt won honorable mention. This is, of course, I'm calling it Change Happens, but it is originally Margot the Boxer from Legit Kits. I submitted it to the State Fair and it won honorable mention. I was really hoping for the elusive blue ribbon before leaving Texas, but that's just not going to happen. So I am super excited that it will be on display. If you happen to go to the State Fair of Texas, will you do me a huge favor? And will you take a picture of it? Because I realized that the State Fair opens, let's see, I leave Tuesday and it opens Friday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I miss it by 3 days. I missed the State Fair by 3 days, which is such a bummer because I love the State Fair of Texas. And I feel like it's going to be really strange. Becca and I are actually going to go to the Virginia State Fair this year. And I'm like realizing that it is going to be very different than the State Fair of Texas. So it's going to be very, very interesting because I'm going to be like looking for Big Tex, and Big Tex is not going to be there. And I'm going to be looking for the gigantic fair, and like the State Fair of Texas is like I think it is the largest state fair in the country. So it's going to feel real weird to not have all that. Mama J says, howdy everyone. I have spaghetti sauce in the canner, so I have a little time to sit and chat. Hope everybody's having an awesome day. Awesome. Some spaghetti sauce in the canner. That sounds good. Anna says she's going to go to the Maryland State Fair soon. That's awesome. It's going to be so weird not having Big Tex, and it's going to be weird because I pulled up the map of the Virginia State Fair, and I was like, wait, that's it? Like, that's the fairgrounds? Because I've only known the State Fair of Texas my entire life, you know? So it's going to be weird. It's going to be very, very weird. I'm excited, but it's still going to be weird. I decided I could technically enter the Virginia State Fair this year, but with the move and everything, it was just going to be too complex and too complicated. So I elected to skip out this year, and I will enter next year. Because technically, I will be, at that point, living in the state of Virginia during the fair time. So I could have entered if I really wanted to, but I said I was going to pass this year. Thank you, Pat. Greatly appreciate that. Janine, I'm going to be moving at the end of September. Very end of September, which is crazy. Like, just blows my mind. Blows my mind. I made this decision, you know, back last year in like December of last year. And so it feels really strange to be like, it's happening. Like, this is happening now. You know, it's been over 6 months. And every time I think about it for the past 6 months, I've been like, oh, you know, that'll happen. It'll happen 6 months from now, or, you know, whatever. And now it's like, it's reality. It's happening. So I don't know. I know I keep saying that, but it's just crazy. Like, you've been thinking about it this entire time, and you're like, yeah, you know, it's like that far off land or far off time, and then it's here. It's like, wow. So anywho, next weekend's going to be fun because we have, of course, Labor Day. So here in America, a lot of people and banks and government agencies and all that will be closed on September, what is that, September 3rd? Is it September 3rd? They'll be closed whatever day that is. So don't forget, if you have any banking business or anything like that, they will be closed. Kathy says, I'm going to try and get to the state fair this year. Kathy, if you do make it, please send me a picture of my quilt hanging. I would love to see it. I did see the first place winner, by the way. I did see the first place winner. I was scouring Facebook and Instagram trying to find other people who were announcing that they won. And I did find the first place winner in my category and was blown away. It is beautiful. It is an amazing creation. And I was like, oh, yeah, I see why that won first place, you know. Was a little disappointed that I didn't, but after seeing the first place winner, I'm like, you know, I think that's fair. I think that's definitely very fair. So, you know, sad that I didn't win that, but the first place winner definitely deserved it. I showed it to Becca, too. I sent Becca the post, and she was like, yep, I agree with that. So, you know, it is what it is, and her and her mom did an amazing job on it. So, not mad about it. Not mad about it at all. Let's see. Chai's Crafty Adventures says, hi, Ian and everyone. I'm a Texas native. I was born there and later moved to Tennessee when I was 12. The state fair was always a big event, especially with Big Tex. I haven't been back there in a while. It is a big event. Like, I've only known a state fair that has big techs, and we've talked about big techs on my channel before. So if you've missed out on the chat on big techs, just do a Google image search for Big Tech State Fair of Texas, and you'll understand why it's a big deal. He's ginormous, and it's kind of weird. It is a Texas thing. Like, you are a Texan when you have big techs at your fair. So I don't know. Charlotte, you're not wrong. She says everything is going to seem small compared to Texas. You are not wrong. As you know, they say everything's bigger in Texas, and so it's going to feel really strange to be a different place. Nikki says, hello, Ian and everyone. I went to the Missouri State Fair and was sad there wasn't near as many quilts as in years past. I'd say less than half than the years before. I was disappointed. Nikki, that's terrible. This is apparently fair season, by the way, because I'm seeing so many posts, and I don't know if it's just because the algorithm is feeding them up to me, because I did a Google search for the Texas State, or excuse me, a Facebook search for the Texas State Fair. That could be why I'm suddenly getting fed all of the fair posts, but I am seeing a lot of state fairs, county fairs, all that kind of stuff. And I'm seeing so many ribbons and stuff like that from different fairs. And I'm kind of excited to have the chance to enter the Virginia State Fair next year. Janine asks, Ian, do you have any siblings? I don't remember if I've asked before. I'm sorry if I have. I do have a sister. She's a younger sister. Let's see. Jones says, hi, Mike. Thanks for asking. Hubby is doing well. A little bleeding around the incision, but it got bandaged and all good so far. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that he's doing well. I don't remember what happened, but I do remember something was going on. So glad to hear that he's doing well. I just realized Friday that it had been 2 weeks since my MRI, and I had not heard anything from the doctor. So I did email the doctor's office going, hey, just curious about results. So we'll see if they reply next week. Betty says, I'm late. I was eating lunch. You're never late. No one is ever late. Hi, Katrina. Hi, Katrina. Don't know what I was trying to say there. Hi, Katrina. How are you doing? Anna says, it's so odd that this is state fair season to me. In Arizona, the fair was always at the end of September, early October, but here on the East Coast, they seemingly are at the end of August. See, the State Fair of Texas is always the end of September. Ours actually runs for 3 weeks. So this year, the State Fair runs September 27th through October 20th. So it actually runs 3 weeks, which apparently is also odd because apparently other state fairs only run for 1 or 2 weeks. So I'm like, what is this? Where does this panel come from? I hate to tell you, I don't know, unfortunately. My mom bought me these panels, and I don't know where they came from, and I don't know what the name is. It didn't have any selvage with the printed information on it, so unfortunately, I don't have any information for you, and I do apologize about that. If I was a better YouTuber, I should have, gone on a Google search before the live stream, but unfortunately, I just didn't think about it and don't have that information. Sylvia's asking, did I grow up in Texas? Yes, I've been in Texas my entire life. In fact, I've been pretty much in the same area. I've lived in the same city my entire life. I've been, in this part of town basically my entire life. So it's going to be real strange to be in a completely different city, a completely different state, a different time zone. It's going to be really strange. I am excited about it all, but I'm also feeling a little nostalgic, especially because my friends are throwing me a going away party, a small little going away party Friday. So, like, this is happening. This is happening, and it's like starting to hit. Neck surgery, got it, Joan. Glad he's doing well. Thanks for understanding, Chai. I appreciate that. Or is it Sky? Are you the one that's Sky? Gosh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Lift. Hey, good to see you. Caught me live today. You did. Good to see you. Let's see. Hey, Ian and friends watching from New York State Fair. Cow Birthing Center online right now. 3 calves born every day. It ends right after Labor Day. Oh my goodness. State Fair Cow Birthing Center. Did not know that there was such a thing, but wow, okay. That's unique for sure. Glad you're able to catch the live from there today. I bet baby cows are just like, so, I mean, they're cute. Baby cows are cute anyways, but like when they're first born, I bet you're just like, I just want to cuddle you forever. I don't know. Here in Texas, we of course have the stock show in, I want to say that's February every year. And there's always pictures in the newspaper and social media of like the young farmers who are showing their grand prize champion cows, and it shows, there's always a picture of like them sleeping on their cow, like laying on their cow sleeping while they're waiting for different things. So Zaza says it might be quite liberating to be somewhere anonymous. It is going to be, it's going to be kind of awesome. I'm very excited. Everyone I've talked to is very excited for me. They all know how much I've wanted to get out of Texas, and a lot of them are very happy that I'm getting out of Texas for many reasons. And so it's gonna be really nice to be in a more supporting area, you know? I hope that makes sense. Shy. Okay, got it. Thank you, Shy. Donna says, Ian, it'll be a big change. I lived in New York State for 50 years, and it's different from Texas for sure. It is, yeah. New York State is very different than Texas. But I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited for it. I'm excited for something different. I'm ready for a new chapter, you know? I'm ready for a new chapter. Texas has been good for the most part. But I'm ready for that new chapter, and I'm ready to get a new perspective, you know? I think living on the East Coast is going to give me a completely different perspective on things, and I feel like I'm a fairly well-rounded person, but, you know, I think this is going to help widen that scope even more, and, you know, just give me some new perspective. I loved my time when I hung out in Salem for that, you know, little bit around Halloween last year. It was great. So there you go. There you go. Let's see. Carol says State Fair happens at the end of summer because it's harvest season. Oh, that makes sense. Kids have finished their summer 4-H projects. Pennsylvania doesn't have a state fair. We have a farm show in January. Oh, that's interesting, Carol. I didn't know that. I didn't know why all the state fairs were at the same time, but that makes sense. Lots of cows near my place. Baby Highlands are... Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine what baby Highlands look like. By the way, here's another row. We're going to get this done today. This is going to be a super fast sew today. But I just, you know, I could have made this a full-blown... Wow, did you see that? I almost fell. This could be a full-blown quilt, but like a huge bed quilt or something like that. But you know, I only had these 2 fabrics, and so I wanted to make this. Let's see. Hi, just got back from Montana. Happy to join today. Glad you're here. Let's see. I'm thrilled for your bittersweet moment. Thank you. It's going to be exciting. Hey, are you going to QuiltCon next year? I'm going to be going. Becca and I are going to be going. I have not registered yet because if you have been following along with the Modern Quilt Guild, they had a massive tech failure over on their end. Everybody was trying to register, trying to get classes, trying to get the free 4-day pass, all that kind of stuff. And unfortunately, the company that they were using for registration had a catastrophic failure. This is not the Modern Quilt's fault. It is the fault of the tech company that they used, unfortunately. And so they actually shut down registration. If you've been keeping up with it, they just sent out an email this past week saying that registration will open again this week. If I remember correctly, it'll open up again this week. So if you are still on the look for workshops, those will be available to order this week. And then if you just want show passes, I am thinking I'm only going to do show passes, like the 4-day show pass, because I looked at the classes this year. I've already taken Leo's class, and I didn't want to take a spot that somebody else, you know, could use. So I'm not doing Leo's class, but Becca and Bill are going to be doing Leo's class. I think somebody else said that they got into, somebody else on here said that they got into Leo's class, but I can't remember. But yeah, so there's going to be a lot of, you know, that process of getting classes and getting your show pass and all that is going to open up this week. So I'm super excited about that. It sounds like quilters have photo opportunities to, I have a poll right in the middle, similar photos with their quilts like cattle goers. Maybe. Well, and that's the other thing I'm excited about is there will be more opportunity for photos. I will have better places, I feel like, to take photos of my quilts. So, Baby Highlands. Zaza, you're bringing up Baby Highlands again, and I just want to see a Baby Highland so much. I know so, Terry. I almost fell. Don't do that. I have to pack. You're right. You should see all the boxes and the empty boxes that I have off camera. I was going to see if my gimbal would work, because remember I tried it and made everybody seasick. I hooked it up this morning because I was like, oh, let's just see. And as I was like testing it out, it spun over to the huge pile of boxes that I have. And I'm like, nope, we don't want to show this on camera. We are not going to show this on camera. So, Deb says, is your mom going to be the recipient of this quilt when it is finished? I don't know for sure. As many of you know, I am going to be giving her the last puzzle mystery quilt that I did, the Petting Zoo Carnival quilt. I am going to be giving her that one. She loves purple, and that one is like highly colorized in purple, so I figured that would be a good quilt for her to have. It's going to be her Christmas present, but since I'm leaving in September, I'm going to give her a Christmas present early, so that way I don't have to pack it. Makes it easier on me. Katrina says, in your new space, please make sure to eliminate trip hazards. Goodness, we don't want you to end up hurting yourself. Yeah, for sure. We'll have to see how the new space gets set up. I'm hoping it will be pretty fun. Let's see. Lizette says, happy to join today. I just got in from day 2 of the Mid-Atlantic Shop Hop. Did you stop by? I think the Scrappy Apple is a part of that. Did you stop at the Scrappy Apple? I love the Scrappy Apple. We went there. Becca, Mary, and I went there last year, and she was awesome. And I can't wait. I'm going to be close to that store, so I'm very excited to be able to stop in there. I mean, it's a little drive, but I come from DFW, and like anything under an hour, easy. Easy. Susie says, yesterday I went to the Vermont quilt shop, just Tula Pink fabric in my bag. Even if I'm in Quebec, the Vermont quilt store is closer to my place. That's funny. Yeah, it is going to be a long flight from Raleigh. It's going to be a long flight from DC, but Becca and I are already committed. We are going to be going, and I'm very excited about that. I cannot wait. I went to Phoenix in 22, and I honestly liked the setup in Phoenix better than I liked the one in Raleigh. Raleigh was good, don't get me wrong, but I liked the convention center in Phoenix better. It's a long flight from Quebec, but I want to go so badly. It is a long flight from Quebec. But I feel like it's worth it. That's just me. That's just me. Yeah, I think she's really gonna like the puzzle mystery quilt. I think she's really gonna like it. I lost a little. I'm gonna just do a little quick in-sew here because I lost a couple of threads and I want to make sure I get that. Linda's in the house and says, "Oh, Ian's on. Hey, all, hi Ian. Happy Sunday, everyone. Hello." So Anna, interesting story. Scrappy Apple is normally closed on Sunday, but I saw they posted on their Facebook page that they're actually open today. I don't know for how long, but they actually opened for the Mid-Atlantic Shop Hop. So they were open today. Didn't get into that region. Hope to get there soon. Lizette, I really love Scrappy Apple. Kelly, I think is her name. I'm really horrible with names, but she is awesome. She's freaking awesome. Jackie says, Ian ended up with Wild West Josie by Lori Holt. Excellent. You might want to keep an eye on Cotton Cuts in their social media, because I have the feeling you are going to see a certain bag that I sewed on a live stream. You might see it pop up on their social media at some point. I did ship it to them, so we'll see if they end up opening it on air or showing it off or something. I don't know. I told Kim, I said, you know, here's a bag that I made because Paula challenged all of the ambassadors to use scraps from their colorway to make something. And so I ended up making that scrap bag last time. And I told her, I said, you can either keep it for yourself or you could do a giveaway with it. So I don't know if they're going to do a giveaway with it or if Kim is going to just keep it for herself, but you might want to keep an eye on their social media and see what they end up doing with it. Maybe one of you might end up with it. Ronnie says, my dad lives outside Phoenix, so 2 birds, 1 stone, excited for QuiltCon, and it will be my first. That's exciting, Ronnie. Anna says, oh darn, I could have gone. I never get to go since they're always closed on my 2 days off. Dang. Make sure to like their Facebook page or follow them on social media, because like I said, she posted on Facebook today that they were going to be open, so. Send the doggy, Terry. There you go. And it says, I'm doing Wild Rose for this puzzle mystery quilt, and I love the fabrics. I love how the first clue turned out. It turned out very nicely, and I'm very excited to see how the whole quilt turns out. My thinking is to do things when you can, go when you can, spend when you can spend, rest when you need to. All very wise words for sure. Captain Stitches, hey soul brother, New York beauty. Yeah, I really love I love my Calamity colorway. I'm thinking, I'm just talking out loud. I'm thinking for whatever puzzle mystery quilt comes next, I may put it to y'all to decide what colorway I do. Which scares me a little, because y'all scare me a little. But I also feel like that could be really fun. Like, because, you know, for Tree of Life, Becca chose my colorway, I chose her colorway. And I'm thinking that it would be pretty fun to, you know, put it to y'all and be surprised whenever it comes in. So, I don't know. We'll see. Intrepid Threads has just opened in Texas, I think, but I don't know where. She has beautiful fabrics and is lovely. I don't know where they've opened. In fact, the quilt store that was closest to me, literally the closest one to me, Mike, don't let you choose. You're not choosing for me. No, I'm just kidding. The closest quilt store that I had actually closed. I was really sad because I literally found it just weeks before they ended up closing. So, makes me sad. Makes me sad. Joan is doing Calamity and Wrangler. I love both colorways since I got them. Wasn't sure of the colors when I ordered them. Zaza says, Ian, love your shirt. Thank you. This is a State Fair of Texas shirt because we've got big Tex. We've got, so my fair also has the Legless Man. I don't remember his official name, but he's a barker on the midway, and his torso goes to here, and then he has no legs. It's an optical illusion. He literally is a full person, but they have this optical illusion box that it looks like he's sitting on a stand, and this is all that you can see of him. I think I put some video of him into last year's video. Recap video for the month of September. I think that was when. I have a video of him. He's there. You can go see him. But yeah, he's like another staple of the State Fair of Texas. I don't know why, but that's what it is. And I'm really bummed that I don't get to go. I kid you not, when I realized, because I was fully expecting to catch the very start of the fair, and the moment I realized, my face just like dropped, and I was like, I don't get to go to the State Fair. Karen says, yikes, I lost a piece of the quilt I'm sewing. I just stitched it 2 minutes ago and now it's nowhere to be found. I hate when that happens. I hate when the gremlins walk off with our pieces and you're just like, where'd it go? For those of you who've been keeping up, the name is escaping me at this moment. Are you here? I can't memorize worth anything, but several weeks ago, we were all trying to help, was it Susan? Her quilt, she had a quilt that she had entered into the State Fair and she couldn't find it. She couldn't find that and 2 other projects that she was looking for. And I was like, oh my gosh, you know, we all felt bad. We were all trying to help from where we were. Did you look here? Did you retrace your steps? Did you do all that? She did find it. She did find it, and she was able to submit it into the state fair. So all is well, but I was so glad when she said that she found everything. It made me like sigh a big relief. She commented on one of my YouTube videos, and I literally jumped for joy for her because I was like, yes, she found it. Yay! Mike says, I feel like I've met Big Tex, not the same dude. Hey, I'm Big Tex right here. So when you meet me in person, you can be like, Big Tex. No, just kidding. I love y'all. I love y'all support each other so much because Linda says, have you looked at what you just stitched? Deb says, and when you make a new one, you will find the lost one, see if it's clinging to something. This would happen a lot when I was doing my paper crafting days. Like if I was doing vinyl projects and you had the little tilde for the eye. Did you know that the dot on an eye is called a tilde? I didn't either. But I would lose like the little dots on the eyes and all the things. Maybe your machine ate it. Oh my gosh. Mike says, watch me do it. I know, I'm going to meet you in person and you're going to be like, Big Tex! Big Tex is creepy though. He has a very creepy face. It was so funny when he burned because so many people, by the way, if you didn't know, Big Tex, he did catch fire several years ago. And there was this like, the state fair kind of put it to everyone. They're like, should we make a new one that has like a more realistic face or do we keep it the same? And they ended up keeping it the same. But it's kind of a weird, especially when it was Santa Claus, because it originally started off as a Santa Claus and then became Big Tex. And Santa Claus was real creepy. Real creepy. Big Tex is better, but he still looks a little creepy. Never forget the tilde. Karen says, I'm going to keep stitching the other pieces. I'm sure it will show up. I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will. Mike, you would not believe how many people were like upset that Big Tex caught fire. Like, I was working for a theme park at that point, and it was Fright Fest. And all day long, I was making jokes about it happening. So many people got so offended by that. Jackie says, Northern Arizona University has a huge lumberjack statue on the front of their football stadium. They put a mask on him during COVID. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. All right, I have sewn all that together, and now I'm going to work on ironing all this. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna iron. We're gonna press. We're gonna iron. We're gonna press. And I just ironed a wrinkle into that. Good job, Ian. Oh boy, it's been a day. At least it's Sunday and Big Brother will be on tonight. I don't know how many of y'all watch Big Brother, but I definitely watch that show. It's funny because a friend of mine, we didn't realize that we both watch Big Brother. And I happened to bring it up in conversation. He's like, wait, you watch Big Brother? I'm like, yeah, I do. I do watch Big Brother. He's like, I do too. I really need my smaller iron for this, but I'll make it work. Make it work. Whoops, didn't quite get it. There we go. I just almost knocked this over. Mike says, Big Brother, that show is cray-cray. It is cray-cray. It is cray-cray, especially when Angela's charcuterie board gets eaten. Don't even get me started on that. Margaret asks, Ian, are you getting nervous or very excited about moving? I am excited. I am excited about moving. I am nervous. I've never done anything like this before, so, you know, I feel like anybody would be a little nervous about this, but I am very excited. I just kind of want to get through the move portion of it all. It makes me really nervous that I'm going to be putting my stuff on a truck and not having control over that, you know? It feels weird. It feels very strange. But, you know, I am going to be like cataloging boxes, and I am going to be putting air tags in some of the boxes. I'm trying to figure out, I have the original box that my Juki came in, and I'm trying to decide, do I have, like, I am going to be taking, because my Berninas, I don't have the box for my Bernina anymore. I got rid of that in the last move, which I know was a dumb idea, but it seemed like a good idea at the time. But the Juki still has its original packaging, so I could put my Juki on the truck since it's packaged well, and I could slip an air tag into it. I feel like I would be okay doing that, because worst case scenario, it gets lost or whatever, and I file a claim with the moving company saying, you know, hey, y'all lost my very expensive machine. Guess what y'all get to do? Replace it. So, I don't know. Dorothy, yeah, so most of my machines will. The one that I'm wondering about is my Juki. These machines are, this machine and my vintage machines, those are in the car for sure. 100%. Those will be in the car. Juki, I may put on the truck. We'll see. Ian, is your big red, white, and blue ribbon a new one? No, Linda, that is the one that I got from the Sewing Machines Plus show. Let's see. Debbie says I need to make and apply binding, but I'm recovering from canning a whopping 4 jars of pickled okra. Woo! Wipe sweats from brow. It took me less than an hour. Kim says take pictures of all your big things before you load them up. Good point. Good point. I did not do that for one of the boxes that I've already packed, and it's already sealed tight. And I didn't do that for the Juki, but I could unbox it and take photos. Actually, I may have photos. I think I took photos of it. Debbie says, thank goodness I don't have to worry about moving a long arm. Yeah, I bet. Call sewing machine stores and ask if they have an extra box. Oh, Donna, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I do need to stop. I actually need to stop by my Bernina store because I have a $20 credit that I need to use before rolling out of town. So I may stop by there and be like, hey, do y'all happen to have an extra box? Because if you do, I will take it. But I'm not putting my Bernina on the truck The only one would be the only one would be the Juki. That would be the only one. Linda said, oh, sorry, that was not Linda. Donna says, I moved all my machines and photos in my car when I moved from New York to Texas, was not sorry. So yeah, all of my machines, vintage machines, Bernina, Serger, all of that, 100% coming in the car with me. The only one is the Juki that I'm thinking about. Oh no, Linda says, it's been such a hectic canning season. It's kind of cutting into my lifestyle this year. Oh dear. Jackie, number all of your boxes and keep a list of what's in each box. I will be doing that. Will 100% be doing that. And have been doing that, actually. Oh no, you're out of canning jars. That's what Amazon's for. That is what Amazon is for. We have a problem with deers and rabbits this year, but have some tomato sauce, squash, and lots of okra. You know what I do like? I do like fried okra. Love me some fried okra. Very yummy. I'm going to put a clip right here. My freezer is stuffed. My pantry is stuffed. Everything is stuffed. Just remember, if you have to sign for your stuff, to sign that you have not checked that they're okay. Yeah, for sure. Trust me, I'm going to be, if they hand me anything to sign, I will be reading fine print very closely. Be like, no, I'm not signing this. Thanks. I want to make sure that everything's good before I sign anything. Okay, thanks. Okay, thanks. Dinner at Linda's, right? Linda, I'm coming over. Better get that fried okra ready. Right, exactly, Kathy. If I ship my Juki, at least they still make the model, so it's easy to replace. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, I keep thinking like, okay, what is the worst that could happen? Well, the worst that it can happen is they lose it, they break it, you know, whatever. Okay, well, I do have insurance. I did pay for the insurance on my stuff, so they'll have to pay for a new one. I feel pretty confident that I'm good, you know. Right, exactly, Debbie. It's a pain now, but I will certainly appreciate it this winter. Absolutely. Donna, I always love that we enjoy year-round homegrown and organic. Brenda says hello from Knoxville, Tennessee. Hello. I'm actually going to be stopping in Tennessee. I'm going to be stopping in Nashville on my way to Virginia. Jenny asks, is it going to be sad to leave? Jenny, yes, because I'm leaving everything that I've known. I'm leaving, you know, every friend, pretty much. A lot of my friends are here. I'm going to be leaving a place that I've known my entire life. Like, this has been all I've known, you know? So it's going to be weird. It's definitely going to be weird. It's going to be bittersweet, but I'm still super excited for future opportunities. Becca and I have been talking about so many different things. You're gonna want to stick to, you know, be paying attention to both Becca and my social media. We've got some amazing things in the works. I would not, in this very moment, I would not type exclamation podcast into the chat. You should definitely not do that right this second. But there's some very exciting things happening in the future that I cannot wait for. And like I said, this is going to give me new opportunities. It's going to give me a new perspective. It's going to be pretty cool. Jackie asked, have you heard from Bernina? Have you heard from Bernina about the ambassadorship? I'll hear in October. So I'll know in October what's going on with that. I'm kind of hoping that I get it because I would love to pick up the 990. I don't get to keep the 990, but I would at least have a long period of time with it, and I would really love to work with that one. So I'm kind of hoping I could pick the 990, but we'll have to wait and see. I could do a cross-country quilt shop hop. I could. Oh no, somebody typed in podcast. Oh dear. Another thing, if you've packed and taped boxes, sign with a Sharpie over the tape. A quick way to determine if someone's tampered. Ooh, Lisa, that is a great idea. I hadn't thought about that. Tape, uses Sharpie over the tape. Oh, I like that. Mary's asking, is your place larger than the place you have now? It's going to be about the same. The apartment that I have there is roughly the same size as what I have here in Texas, so I'm not really gaining, I'm not really losing. I will have kind of an extra room, so I'll have a dedicated studio space where I can work in and really set up my camera equipment and have permanent place for the camera equipment to live instead of putting it up and taking it down. When do I have to be at my new home? I don't have to be there on a certain day. But yeah, I don't have to be there on I have a certain day to get out of this apartment, which feels weird because I've never had that before. Every move I've made previous, there's been like an overlap period. This is the first time ever that I'm having to be like, you have to be out on a certain day. There's no negotiating. There's no anything. Like, you are out on this day and that's it, which feels really strange. I have internet service through AT&T, and I did call them and said, okay, I need to put in a cancellation date. And they said, okay, and they took all that information. And they said, okay, you'll get an email about returning the equipment, and you just take it into the UPS store, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, cool. And the next morning I wake up and there's an email in my inbox saying, hey, you don't have to return your equipment, so just recycle it. And I was like, oh, okay. Podcast, cat's out of the bag. I mean, you probably shouldn't subscribe to it so you'll know when the first episode drops. I mean, obviously it's going to be a hot minute before the first episode drops, but there's a podcast coming. So, not sure if Becca was ready to let that information slip, but oops, she can blame me, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It'll be great. Are you going to get a couch, Ronnie? I think so. Think I will. Yes, Zaza, I'm very glad that I'll have friends nearby, absolutely. Lily says, I had a chance to play with the 990 and I will never recover. I'm considering starting a GoFundMe, not really, to finance it, right? Oh, man, that's as much as a car. The 990 is as much as a car, but it sure looks pretty awesome. I had a chance to play with one at the Plano Quilt Show. I didn't do much on it because it was set up for embroidery, but it sure looks a lot of fun. So Terry says, when you park your car with all your valuables, try to be within eyesight, whether it be at a diner or a hotel. Yes, very much so. I'm also, all of my sheets and blankets, I'm actually, a lot of them I'm going to be taking like in the car with me, and I'm going to put them over everything. So it'll be at least a little, like maybe a little less deterrent. So, or a little more of a deterrent. So I don't know. Right, exactly. Your money has to be there on a certain day, not you. Yeah, that's exactly. DJ is asking, I'm late, what are you making? I'm working on, my mom bought me some quilt panels, and so I'm working to incorporate those into a quilt, like a wall hanging or something like that. So Terry says, too late, I'm subscribed. Linus Quilt says, Ian, do you have a job lined up in Virginia? Since I work from home, I get to take my job with me. So that's awesome. Katrina says, I was also told to recycle, not to return. I recycled, and then they tried to charge me for not returning. Oh boy. Well, the joke's on them because I have the email. So if they try to charge me for it, I can be like, hey, I have this email that says recycle. Linda says, I subscribed in a hot second. Well, I hope y'all enjoy whenever we get our first episode up. I hope it will be enjoyable for everyone. I think it'll be pretty fun. What? Am I twerking? What? Deborah says, hello from the sunny California, I can't talk. Hello from sunshiny California. Hello, Deborah. Tweaking, twerking, tweaking. Oh, Donna, yes, she does. Becca has a short out there with a giveaway, so definitely go check out her YouTube channel. Check out the short, because she's doing a giveaway, so you won't want to miss that. I'm sure we'll do giveaways on our podcast, too. I can't imagine the price of the $9.90. I thought the price of my Janome was crazy. So the $9.90 is MSRP $23,000. That's the MSRP for the $9.90. When I was at the Plano Quilt Show, the Bernina retailer that was at the show was selling it for $16,000. So they had a really good deal. I do admit it was $16,000 something, which that's a pretty good discount from $23,000, but MSRP is $23,000, so there you go. Ian just thought about, how about renting a camper? Then you wouldn't have to leave your stuff alone. That would be nice, but yeah, no. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that, unfortunately. Today with Ian, quilting and twerking, right? I'm going to get some more water really quick. Hold on just a second. I thought I was going to have enough to last me the whole episode today, session, whatever you want to call it. But I ran out of water. Talking always dries out my voice. What podcast are we talking about? DJ, you should definitely not type !podcast into the chat. No, that should never happen. You should definitely not do that. Because it would be really bad if you did that. Becca's going to get all these questions and stuff out of nowhere, and she's going to be like, Ian, did you tell them? And I'll be like, yeah, I did. Does it thread itself and make popcorn? Well, it does thread itself, pretty much. Yeah. Linda says, yeah, I was excited thinking about upgrading my FAF last year. The new was 19,000. Stopped that thought quickly. Yep. I understand. I thought I would never be able to own the 770, the Tula Pink edition. Oops. Might help if I actually put these in the right order. Don't do that. I never thought I would be able to own this one because this one was MSRP 12,000. I did not pay that much. Did not pay that much. This is a classroom edition, classroom model, whatever you want to call it. So I got a discount on it, and I financed it and had a really good deal and all that kind of stuff. But did not think I would ever own this machine, and then I did. So there you go. It can happen. I'm so sorry that I'm scratching my nose. It feels very itchy for some reason. Becky says, hello, Ian and everyone. Hello, Becky. Good to have you here. I think my new Brother Avenir is at the same price point. It's crazy. Like $23,000 is a car. It's literally a car. I think I paid $21,000 for my Fusion. My machines now have a lifetime place in my sewing room. I do feel like I'm going to be holding on to this Bernina forever. Like when I bought this was going to be my end-all be-all machine. Like this was going to be the machine until the end. And I still plan it to be with me till the end. Obviously things advance, there are new technology advances and all that kind of stuff. So I don't know for sure if I will not, you know, I may purchase another machine in the future, but I'm definitely holding on to this one even after purchasing a new machine, if I was to do that. I mean, I played with the 790 when it came out, and it was good. It was really good, but I was like, it's only a small, it's not a small step up, but I was like, I really don't need all the things, right? Like, I don't need all of the things. 990, gosh. I definitely feel like I would use it for quilting my own quilts, especially because you can pinpoint, using the camera, you can pinpoint everything and all of that. So I'm like, oh, I definitely would use that, but also, I'm not looking to put a $23,000 loan onto my credit right now, so how about no? How about no? Debbie says, I went to buy a ruler foot for my sewing machine and came home with a new machine 3 or 4 years ago. It will most likely be my last machine. I like that you went to go buy a quilting foot and came home with a brand new machine. They just jump into your cart sometimes. Like it just happens. I've told this story many times about this one, but I was at QuiltCon in 2020, which how fortuitous that this happened the way it did. But I was at QuiltCon in 2020. The Tula Pink editions were there. Bernina had them in their booth, and I just kept coming by and like lusting after the machine. And they're like, you can use it, you can work with it. I'm like, I know, but I can't afford it. And I know that they are on like commission-based sales and like they want you to buy machines. But I started coming by so frequently, and like I think they started to feel sorry. I genuinely think they started to feel sorry for me, because each time I would come by, they would like lower it a little more and a little more and a little more. And finally this sales rep comes up to me and she's like, look, I will give you this machine at the classroom price, but you have to do it today. And I was like, oh, I don't know. And I said, okay, I need to think about this, because we're still talking like $6,000 for this machine and everything, right? So I was like, I don't know. And I was like, okay, I need to, let me think on it, because it was about lunchtime. And she's like, look, okay, but you have to do it, like, if you come back, you got to come talk to me only, and you have to do it before the end of the day, because it was the last day of QuiltCon. They were getting ready to, you know, pack everything away. And I was like, all right. So I went, I grabbed lunch, I called several of my friends, and I'm like, talk me out of this. And they're like, dude, I can't talk you out of that. That's because it came with the embroidery unit, it came with the tools, it came with the rolling cases, like it came fully loaded. And they're like, yeah, I can't really talk you out of that. That's a good deal. You should do it. And so I did. That's not, Lisa, that's not a bad idea. Give it a couple of years and buy a gently used $9.90 for about half the price. That's not bad. That's probably a good idea. Right, exactly. Million more subscribers would help. Absolutely. If I could get 1 million subscribers, whew, that would be great. So tell all of your friends to subscribe and help me get the $9.90. There you go. Next purchase will be the Stitch in the Ditch presser foot for binding. Excellent. Yeah, you don't need to have, you don't have to have a need for decorative stitches. A good straight stitch machine is all you need, and they cost less. That is true. Although I do use decorative stitches semi-frequently. Mostly the zigzag stitch. I use the zigzag stitch kind of a lot, actually. So I definitely appreciate having a machine that can do zigzags. Especially when I'm doing postcards, because those postcards need the zigzag. Danielle says, I feel the same way towards my Juki TL15. Expensive isn't always a better choice. I have a B740, Janome 9350, and Janome 6700 besides the Juki. Debbie says, I would like an embroidery machine, but I don't need another hobby. It is another hobby for sure. I have the embroidery unit for this one, and I don't use it enough, mostly because I can't keep it set up. So if I had a spot where I could keep the embroidery unit close by or connected at all times, I would use it more. I loved doing the embroidery on my jacket. I've loved every time I do embroidery. I'm like, I need to do this more. But it's definitely a lot of work to get it all set up and all that. Linda says, I'd be lost without a zigzag stitch on blanket and blanket stitches. I was like, on blanket stitches? No, and blanket stitches. Yeah, I need the zigzag. I love my Juki, but I do need a zigzag stitch. Gotta have that zigzag stitch. I bought the Janome 6700 gently used and about a month old. A great deal for like new machine. That is like honestly the best thing to do, is to get those gently used machines. because you can get them for such a deal, and a lot of times they're very not used all that much, and so you'll get basically a brand new machine. You'll get a basically brand new machine for way less. And also going to quilt shows. Quilt shows are another great way to get a discount. They usually will give pretty good discounts at quilt. I mean, that's how I ended up with this one. So Debbie says, when you get to your new place, set up one machine for embroidery and piece on your Juki. That may happen. Unless I get the Bernina ambassadorship, and then I kind of have to put the Juki off to the side and use that one off camera. Susie says, I love embroidery. It's why I want the 10 needle. That is also something that I found out while working with the embroidery is I want the 10 needle or a multi-needle, so that way I don't have to change threads so frequently. Gotta have a machine that does everything. All in one. Would be nice. Would be nice. Maybe in the future they will make a machine that does everything and includes the kitchen sink. It does the dishes, it does the laundry, it sews, it cooks, it does it all. For the low, low price of $99.99. All right. Juki, geez, I need to learn to type or proofread. Debbie, I feel that. I feel that. Autocorrect gets me all the time. All the time. The 990 doesn't do the dishes, man. Wouldn't that be great? Wish it would. Oh, that would be great. Mike, what it does do is you could sew a sink cover so that way you don't have to look at the dirty dishes. So in a way, it does do the dishes. I saw that on a TikTok. Somebody like printed out a photo of an empty sink and put it over the sink. And they're like, look, the dishes are done. Zaza, I'm back. I had fish supper for my tea. Pam says you would be shocked at the markup on the machines. I don't know that I would. I don't know that I would be. Hey, what are you doing? It didn't cut the thread, even though I pushed the button. I don't know that I would be shocked, to be honest. Seeing, I don't know. I don't think I would be shocked. I'll put it that way. All right, let's do a quick little press now. Nothing too crazy, just want to, let's see, that one goes out. Do I want to press this out or in? Or does it even matter? I don't know. I don't know that it matters. But we're going to do some pressing. Susie says probably going to buy one next week. 90% sure, 95% sure. Goodness, Susie, which one are you going to buy? I lost track in the chat. I think I can press it inwards and I think it'll be fine. And then, of course, you know, Becca bought her Singer 301 and has fallen absolutely in love with it. The Juki's gone off to the side for now. I don't know if honestly, I don't know if she's going to go back to her Juki. I think she's going to keep her Juki for, you know, things that require it. But I don't know if she's ever going to go back to it. We will see. Okay, I think I'm gonna press these out. I think that's what I'm gonna do. At least 300% markup. That does not surprise me. My ideal setup is to have 2 desks set up, one for piecing and one for home machine quilting, zigzag or decorative. If I could haggle down to about 5,000, I may get one. I asked you again above for Quilter info. Craft On, are you... I'm so sorry that I missed it. Do apologize for not seeing that. Are you talking about Nancy? Are you talking about Nancy's info? Let me know. Go ahead and put it in the chat again. I'll keep an eye out for it. Let me know if that's who you're talking about. Hey, June. Good to see you. Let's see. Yeah, just let me know in the chat. Yes, okay, so if you Google the Very Thoughtful Quilter, if you type the Very Thoughtful Quilter into a Google search, you will find Nancy's information as like one of your first hits. So type the Very Thoughtful Quilter into Google. I don't remember her website name off the address off the top of my head, but it's the Very Thoughtful Quilter. Her name is Nancy Houston, and she has her contact information on the website, so you can get in touch with her. Her daughter has gotten married, and she is, you know, setting things back up again. She lost her studio space. She's been looking for other studio space, but things are expensive. So she was kind of shocked. She kind of got sticker shock with how much space rental is. So she's currently still working out of her house, but she'll get there. She'll get there. So the Very Thoughtful Quilter, type that into Google. It'll bring up her info. Oh, and I didn't get these quite bang on, but close enough. Close enough. And they're a little off. Little off from where they should be, but it's close. You're very welcome, Craft On, so forth. All right, so here we go. This is what we got. This is what we got so far. Ooh, that's looking pretty. I kind of like that. I kind of like that. So let's put on the borders and then we'll be good. We'll be done. We will be done. Yeah, we're going to do sides first and then we'll go in and do top and bottom. Mike says, I like it now. Do you not like it before, Mike? And it's on the floor. Lisa says, I really wanted the Brother Luminaire when it came out, but couldn't afford it. I found the next model down at Stellaire that only had about 250,000 stitches for 1/3 the price. Donna says, beautiful, Ian. You need that as your quilt in Memories of Texas. Right, that was shady of me. Not at all, Mike. Not at all. Sides. Boop, 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 boop. All right, let's get started. I will have a small quilt top done in one live stream today. How cool is that? I think it'll be pretty cool. This will be a nice quilt. Now, Brenda, last name is escaping me at this moment, but she actually sent me a Yellow Rose of Texas quilt. So that quilt that she made for me, I absolutely love it, and I'm super happy that I get to take a Yellow Rose of Texas with me when I leave. So I'll have that one to keep Texas always. But we'll see if I end up keeping this one or if I end up sending it to a friend or something like that. Found it, awesome. So glad that you found it. She's awesome. Nancy is amazing. Becca just sent Mufasa to her over the weekend. So Mufasa will be soon on its way to getting quilted. Mufasa, say it again. Mufasa. Jackie, I have trouble with scant 1/4 inch seams. It seems I have settled for the scant 1/4 inch. Which way is this? Yeah, that's what I thought. It's supposed to go out. Supposed to go out. Ian, that would look nice in your apartment. It sure would. Gotta find some wall space for it. I get to decorate a whole new apartment, and that's, you know, decorating's kind of fun. Get to find spots for everything and all that. Zaza, yes, they have quilting stitches that automatically do 1/4 inch. What's that? Sounded like something hit my window. Am I going to be quilting this panel? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I may do it myself. I may go over and visit Becca and be like, hey, I'm using your long arm. Okay, thanks. Since I will be close by, I, you know, could easily pop over and just say, hey, I'm going to use your long arm. Thanks, bye. Dale says you need a whole wall for your ribbons. Well, it's funny because my friend who lives in Oregon, every time I get a new ribbon, she's like, you're gonna have like you're gonna have to build an extension onto your new place that's just for your ribbons. Karen asks, why Washington, D.C.? I've really fallen in love with the area. I feel like it's going to be a good place for me. East Coast, you know, I wanted something East Coast. I wanted a new experience. I've never lived on on the coast before, and I know that DC isn't exactly on the coast, but like, I feel like there is. Ooh, this is a little crooked, so let's try and clean that up. There we go. So we're gonna go there. I know it's not like on the coast, but you know, the beach is only a couple hours from DC. So I've always been landlocked here in Texas, and I feel like the ocean is gonna be a really cool thing for me to visit. There's mountains, you know, not too far away. There's there's ocean, there's mountains. New York is only a 4-hour train ride, which I've never been to New York before. A quick hop, skip, and a jump down to Florida for Disney or Universal. Canada is not too far away. I think Niagara Falls is something like 6-7 hours away, so it'll be cool. Becca won't tell me no. Let's see here. There we go. Almost put that the wrong way, but that's okay. Yes, the museums in Washington are amazing. I've been to a few of the Smithsonian's, been to the Air and Space, Natural History, Titanic exhibit, what other, the National Mall, you know, things like that. But I haven't been to the African American Smithsonian. I haven't been to the Native American Smithsonian. I haven't been to, you know, several of the other Smithsonian buildings. Haven't done the White House tour. DC, coast-ish, coast adjacent. Donna says, I love the Virginia Beach area. I'm very excited to check out that area. Everyone keeps talking about it. Can't wait for that. Jen says she wishes she had the space or the money, and the money for a long arm. Billy says, my last machine purchase was the handy quilter Amara? I think Amara. Long arm with a computer, and it was $23,000. Won't get another one soon. Yeah, not at $23,000. No thanks. No thanks. Susie says Canada is great, but I'm not objective. Maybe I read that wrong. Think you might be a little biased, but that's okay. I don't blame you at all. I'm excited because I do want to explore Canada. I have my passport, and I do have my passport card too, so like going into Canada and coming back would not be hard at all, especially because it's not going to be terribly far away. It's still a drive, but let's face it, I've literally driven over 8 hours in Texas and still been in Texas. So driving 8 hours, not too worried about doing that. Zaza says, Annapolis is nearby. Virginia has a beautiful landscape and reminds me of Scotland. That's interesting, Zaza. I guess so, because I did go to Edinburgh and Glasgow. Sorry if I butchered how I pronounce that. The Texas in me, like Edinburgh, I can't quite say correctly. I loved Edinburgh though. It's my favorite. Between Glasgow and Edinburgh all day long. I would absolutely go back to Edinburgh in a heartbeat. Heartbeat. No worries, Susie. Susie says, sorry, mix of French and English. I think you meant you were a little biased being from Canada, but I knew what you meant. No worries. Zaza is asking, have you been to the new Air and Space? Yes, I did that during the week of Thanksgiving last year. Me and a friend checked out the Air and Space Museum, and it was great. Really excited, but they haven't quite finished the whole museum yet. So there's still more coming, which is exciting. I need a ruler. So we need to do a little trimming. Sylvia says, do you listen to podcasts? Side Door from the Smithsonian is fun. I have not heard of that one. I'll have to check that one out. I do listen to podcasts, but mostly it's, mostly I've been listening to, wait, don't tell me. That's what I was trying to think of. You should take the train across Canada. That I have seen that on Kara and Nate's. If you watch Kara and Nate, I've seen that on their channel, and I want to do that. That looks like fun. I wouldn't mind doing the Orient Express either, but that's completely different. This is not working well for me. Kathy says, my high school senior trip was to Washington, D.C. Very inspiring to a small town, young Midwestern. Yeah, it is. It's really, there's a lot there, and there's a lot of history there. I think that's what I love the most, is there's a lot of history in that area, and I'm excited to explore all of it. And when I was in Salem, like, Salem was amazing. Loved Salem. Would happily go back there. Oh, no worries, Susie. Side effect of stroke is mixing words sometimes. No worries. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant, but I just wasn't like 100% sure. But yeah, I get it. I get it. Ah. Train across Canada sounds great until they're on strike and they open up today. Wouldn't hate it. They just opened up today. Wouldn't you hate it if it had been on that? Yeah, no, for sure. I'm very glad that they are getting back to work, but also, I also understand from the quick little blurb that I read, it's not because of a deal, they're being ordered back to work. So, not exactly a fan of that. Craft on So Forth, go to Salem for Halloween. I was there a week before Halloween. I don't know if I could actually go on Halloween because it was already packed. And I can't even imagine what it was like on actual Halloween. It was already too much pre-Halloween. I don't know if I would want to do it on Halloween. You know? But I did enjoy Salem a lot. Would absolutely go back there again on like an off season. Let's see, how did I do that? Okay, so I need to iron it this way. Got it. Got it. Iron. What? I almost lost that iron. Did y'all see that? That iron almost fell onto the floor. How dumb would that have been? Very dumb. Dumb ways to die. You're welcome. That is going to be stuck in your head for the rest of the day. Linda says Salem on Halloween sounds exciting, but wowza, that crowd. Yeah, it was the week before Halloween was crazy already. I did really enjoy my time there. But boy, oh boy, parking, I kid you not, was $50. $50 freaking dollars to park. Me and my friend could not believe it. Like, you don't even pay that much to go to the Cowboy Stadium. Parking there is like $20. Unless you do oh, I forgot to trim this. Dang it. But yeah, $50 to park. 50. What the heck? Don't drop I know, right? Don't drop the Aliso. Zaza says, go to Walt Disney World on Halloween. Great fun. Yes, that was a blast. I did Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Amazing. Would happily go back to Walt Disney World or Disneyland for Halloween celebrations. Abso-freaking-lutely. Do that in a heartbeat. Dorothea says that housing is very expensive there. That does not surprise me. I found the Texas panel. Jackie says, I found the Texas panel discontinued, out of print. So sorry, everyone. Apparently, this panel is out of print. Thank you for looking that up, Jackie, though. I appreciate that. I don't even know if y'all could hear that, but somebody upstairs just dropped something and scared the heck out of me. Which apparently they were deciding to drop stuff at like 1:30 a.m., which scared me as well. Zaza, right? You don't even pay $50 for parking in DC. No, you don't. It was quite the sticker shock in Salem. They obviously know that people are willing to pay that, because we did. We looked around for parking for a long time and could never find it, and that's why we ended up paying the $50, but oof. There are other ones on Etsy, but not that one, of course. Of course. Of course, not the one that I'm using today. Sorry, folks. I do apologize. All right. Let's go. Let's go, Mario. Chiefs game, $50 to park. Insane. That's crazy. I mean, maybe the Cowboys games, there are $50 parking lots, but I was flabbergasted. My flabbers were gasted at $50 to park. I was like, what? But Salem is fun. It is really, really fun. I enjoyed it so much. Zaza, I love Walt Disney World. Haven't been to Disneyland, but would love to go to one of the Japanese ones. They have awesome merch. Yes, they do. The Japanese Disney parks have amazing merch. I'm actually talking with a friend. Him and his family are interested in going to Tokyo Disneyland, and I am really kind of considering tagging along with them if they'll let me. I've always wanted to go to Tokyo. Tokyo Disneyland sounds amazing. So that may happen, like 2027. Yeah, Tracy, that's true. If there's like 5 of you in a car, it wouldn't be, that's like $10 a person, so not terrible. And that's true. But I don't know, it was a lot. I felt like it was a lot for parking, for just parking. It was close. It was like a 5-minute walk to the main drag on the Salem streets, but I don't know, it was a lot. A lot. Zaza says, what can you do if you have no choice but to pay? That's pretty much it. Like, we looked at another parking lot. It was full. You know, we looked at all the options, and finally my friend was like, let's just pay it. And I'm like, all right, well, that's fine. But, you know, you do that twice, and because we went 2 days. The first day it was raining a lot, so it was kind of soggy. But, you know, you go twice, and that's $100. Can you imagine, like, how much they're making off of everyone? It's crazy. Crazy pants. My flabbers were gasted. Yes, Linda, they were. Hey, Donna, good to see you. flabbers were gasted. That's how I was a couple of weekends ago. My flabbers were gasted. I saw that on TikTok. Like my flabbers were gasted. I've seen that on comments on TikTok so many times, and I'm like, I love that. So Terry says, rates here start at $20 for half an hour. For half an hour, good Lord. That had to sink in for a moment. I was like, oh, okay, $20 for half an hour. Wait, half an hour, 20 bucks? Goodness gracious. Costs a lot of money. Costs a lot of money burning witches. They had witches. They have to make money. Susie, yeah. I think that's what the most interesting thing about going to Salem was realizing that these people were not witches. Like, it was a complete scam. And, like, these poor innocent people died. I don't know. It was a very interesting realization of, like, these were just normal people trying to live their lives and got caught up in terrible, like, just things that should not have happened, you know? I guess I'll quit complaining about $11 a day. I mean, I feel you. For one of my jobs in the past, I had to pay for parking every day. And it's kind of annoying because, you know, you go to do a job and they're like, yes, you can come work for us, but you have to pay X amount a day. It's like, but I'm like working for you, so shouldn't I get free parking? I just read Mike's comment. Oh my gosh, Mike. Susie says having red hair would probably be considered a witch. It's true. Like, that's kind of how this whole thing, not specifically the red hair, but like things that are normal, like everyday things, would be considered witchcraft in their day. And it's like, wait, what? That's, what? What are we doing? So yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. That looks like that will work there. Mike, I can't stop laughing at your comment. I really can't. If you're watching this on the replay, guys, you are missing some of the live chat that happens. I'm choosing not to read that one. I do keep the live chat in the videos, so you can peek over at the live chat. But goodness gracious, Mike, too funny. Too funny. Lynn is asking, when am I moving? I'm going to be moving towards the end of September. I don't like to give exact dates out on the internet because, you know, privacy and safety and all that. I typically don't like to give out specific dates, but towards the end of September. Kara says, hello, Ian and everyone. Hello. If red hair marked you as a witch, I would have been in trouble. It's funny because when I started growing out my beard, I didn't realize how much of a red undertone my hair has, because as the beard came out, it doesn't show up as much on camera, but in bright sunshine, like my beard has a lot of red in it. My coworkers would joke that I was Captain Redbeard. Craft On says a woman was killed because they said that because she caused the neighbor's cow to die. It turned out that it had a disease. That is exactly, like, that right there is what kind of just blew my mind. Like, people being accused of witchcraft for things that were natural events or natural things happening or whatever. It just is like, what? It's crazy. Always a good time with the quilters, right? Absolutely. Absolutely. In Scotland, they burned loads of witches. If you pissed off the priest and were female, they tortured and burned you. See, that's what drives me crazy about the whole situation is, you know, you could quickly accuse anybody of being a witch, and instead of, you know, investigating or even being like, you know, I don't know. I think y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm going to stop talking about it, but I mean, it's just crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. Debbie says, cotton in the sunshine, my hair has a lot of gray in it. Mike says, I had a lot of red in my beard, now it's all white. Yeah, mine's going that way, Mike. My friend who cuts my hair all the time, he doesn't like my beard. I don't know why, but he threatens to shave it every time I'm there. And I'm like, dude, it's literally like my body, so not that big of a deal. I don't know. He hates the beard. I don't know why. But he's like, more of that gray is coming in. And I'm like, yes, I know. I know. I have more gray coming in. I have more gray coming in on top. I have more gray coming into the beard. It's happening. But I've chosen not to do anything about it. I'm not going to use any dyes or anything. It's just, it's going to be what it's going to be, and that's fine. Right? Congratulations, Mike. You're on a roll today. He really is. He is absolutely on a roll today. He is on a roll. Lots of red beards in my brother's beard. It is exactly the same color as my hair. Yes, Mike, that is happening. It's not gray, it's salt. You're paprika and salt. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna use that from now on. I am paprika and salt. There you go. As long as the carpet matches the drapes, we're fine. It's all good. Oh boy. We have gone off the rails as per the usual here on YouTube. Seems like we go off the rails every weekend. Ain't that right, folks? Lynn. Susie says, a beard on a man looks so good, I think. I like myself with a beard. I look at pictures of myself without one, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Right? Brian says, we would all be accused of witchcraft using these modern sewing machines, especially without electricity. Yeah. Yeah, we would definitely be accused of being witches and all kinds of mystical things at this point. Okay, so this goes in. Let's press everything the correct way. It doesn't matter though. Usually when you get out to the borders, it kind of stops mattering for the most part. At least on quilts like this, it doesn't really matter. all that much, but I do try and like make it consistent as much as possible. Guys, I'm so depressed because I went to a Buc-ee's yesterday. I was trying to get some of their Halloween shirts. And as I was getting ready to leave my area, I noticed that they are building a restaurant that I absolutely love right down the street from me. Not exactly down the street, but kind of close. And I was like, really? You're gonna build this restaurant right as I get ready to leave? Like, I don't even know if I'm gonna be here in time for it to open. And I'm like, really? Like, really? That's how it's gonna be. Oh, I got a twisted seam on this one. Dang it. That's all right. Oh well. Finished is better than perfect, as I always say. But yeah, I was really bummed because I was like, but I'm leaving. You're putting my favorite restaurant here? You're seeing hardwood floors. Where? I mean, I have vinyl hardwood floors, but off the rails. You say that like it's a bad thing. I mean, if... Yeah, Anna, you are 100% correct. That is exactly what would happen. Linda, I don't know if I want to say the name because I don't want to 100% give out where I'm at. Because I'm pretty, you would probably be able to find it kind of easily. I mean, I'm close to it, so I think it would be okay, especially because I'm getting ready to move. I don't know. Michael, got it right this time, says, hello everybody. As my wife, Joan, mentioned about neck surgery, it was the 8th on my neck and the 10th in total. I'm doing very well. 6 weeks of recovery before getting back to refurbishing my ... Just got back, Karen just got back from working 5 hours at a farmer's market. It is hot out there. It is, depending on where you are. It is definitely hot here in Texas, I can tell you that for sure. Zaza asked if I ended up getting the Halloween shirt from Buc-ee's. I did not because they were out, so I'm bummed. I do, So Fun Creations is in the chat, and she actually visited a Buc-ee's near her, and she said that she was going to, yeah, I'll tell y'all after I move. Zaza, no, Linda, remind me after I move, and I'll tell you which one it is. Ask me after I move, and I will tell you for sure. I just don't like to give all of the details out, you know? Because I think you can kind of figure out the general area where I'm at by this restaurant, because there's only a few locations for it. Absolutely, Linda. I will tell you after the move. Just remind me, and I might be like, Linda, what are you talking about? Because there's going to be a lot of things that happen between now and then. But remind me and be like, hey, remember, Ian, they were building that restaurant near you and you were like mad because it was one that you really liked. I'd be like, oh, yeah, that one. Okay, look at that. We did a small wall hanging or quilt top. I guess this is kind of a lap-sized quilt. Like, it's not very, it's 50, what did I say, 56 by 56, I think. So it's not huge, but it looks kind of fun, I feel like, yeah? What do y'all think? Tell me your thoughts. I can't see it because I have to hold it up. But, yeah, good reminder of Texas. I don't like that it's not exactly, well, you can't really see, you see a little peak of the flowers and stuff around the wood, but it's not horrible. Like on the truck, you see it more, the truck panel. You see there's a little bit up in this corner of the flowers. You kind of see it peeking out there, but over, like standing this far away, you can't tell. Can't tell. So there we go. Get out of the way. There we go. I kind of like that they are kind of floating there. I know, the Roadrunner is cute. I like it. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, we did that in one live stream and just slightly over the 2-hour mark, which I don't feel is too bad. Kara, unfortunately, these are out of print. I got them, Mom actually gave them to me. She went down to Austin and I think she went to a fabric store and bought them for me. It was like a Christmas present for me, I think, if I remember correctly. So unfortunately, somebody, I think somebody in the chat, and I can't remember who, I think Jackie looked it up and said that it's out of print and not available anymore, unfortunately. So the Texas fabric, I think, is still available. Again, it is the All Texas Shop Hop 2024. QTfabrics.com. The number on this one is 30090-W. Donna says, galloping, don't see it, right? Exactly. Boom, done. Boom, done. So yeah, it's a cute one. Maybe I'll put Minky or Cuddle on the back of it. So I think this would be a good, I feel like this would be a good lap quilt. Like if I'm sitting at a desk or, you know, in my chair, yeah, this would be a good little lap quilt. Yes, they are Texas flowers. Those are paintbrushes and so I'm actually, so for those of you who don't know, I'm actually in the Zoom for Becca's VIP Zoom, and I just saw a pop-up. She must be spotlighting me at this moment, so she must want me to show off this because I actually have the camera on. I've been in the Zoom this whole time. I've just been muted, and I saw that she spotlighted me, so she probably wants me to show this off. But yeah, I feel like this would be a good little lap quilt, to be honest. So maybe with some Cuddle. Maybe a hanging up on a wall. Yes, the Texas flowers are the Texas State Flowers bluebonnets, and we're also known for the Indian paintbrushes. So that's what this fabric was the bluebonnets and the Indian paintbrushes. So you'll see a lot of those in spring here in Texas. So there you go. And this was the flower pieces in between the panels. Yeah, that is true. Donna says a good travel quilt. That's a good idea. But there we go. Michael says refurbishing my 1903 Singer 115 rotor bobbin mechanism. Thanks Zaza, plan on being lazy for 6 weeks. As you should after having that major of a surgery, for sure. Oh, Pooh, I forgot the VIP was today. Hey, you still have time. You still have time to go jump in. I think you have another 2-ish hours. Yeah, you have about another 2-ish hours. If you're a VIP member for Becca, make sure to jump over to her VIP thing today. I can't talk. The Zoom today. You still have a couple hours to hang out with us. I'm going to go jump in there after this live stream is over with. I'm actually going to be packing while I'm hanging out with everybody. But I always love the VIP hangouts. Jackie says, Ian, can you hold it up again? I may have found it. Okay, sure. I'll hold it up again. Jackie, if you found it, let us know where at, because several of you say that you want to find this. So is this in? Yeah. So we've got the Jackrabbit, we've got the Roadrunner with the wagon wheel, boots, red truck, violin. What is that? Oh, Horny Toad. Texas Lone Star, Armadillo, and the guitar. Jackie, did you find it? Did you find it? Debbie, you forgot as well. Well, guess what? There's still time. There's still time. Oh, hey, if I stand back here, you can actually see everything. Hey, look at that. That's cute. I like that. Good framing. I like the framing on it. Jackie, let me know if you found it. I'm holding to see if Jackie found it, because if she did, I would love for y'all to know where this is at. Meredith says, very nice. Good luck with packing and moving. Fun live today. I'm so glad that you enjoyed the live today. Let's see if Jackie found it. That's what I'm holding for. Linda says, fun time. Thank you for bringing us your lives. You're very welcome. I'm so glad to spend time with y'all. Nope, different panel. Okay. All right. Well, unfortunately, I think this one is very much out of print. It would not surprise me because I think this was a part of the shop hop last year. So I think that's why. Similar, but not the same. Well, dang. All right, guys. We did it. We made a small quilt top today. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I greatly appreciate it. Next Sunday, we'll do another project. I didn't think that I would get this one done so quickly, but I did. So next week, I'll find another project for us to work on. And remember, towards the end of September, I already have the live stream scheduled and up and ready to go. We're gonna unbox the Halloween Boo Box and the Mega Halloween Quilt Box. Those are from Open Gate Quilts and Ginger Quilter respectively. Can't wait to open those. Hopefully those will get here this week and we'll be able to check them out in late September. And yeah, I'm gonna go hang out over in the Sobeka VIP. If you are a VIP member, go hang out with us over there. Otherwise, I hope everybody has a great day. And remember guys, normal is just a setting on the dryer. I love each and every one of you, and I hope you get your week started off wonderfully tomorrow, and let's head into another week. All right, hope everybody has a great day, and remember guys, I already said that. Have a great day. Bye everyone. See you next time.